Welcome to Think Alive. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you. Morning everyone.
It's not a good morning.
It's not a good morning. It's not started off badly. Well, in a way. We've had news on the Thinkamobile. Yes. It's going to cost about €4,000, which is a bit of a blow. But we need a car, and it's a good car, and the cost of buying another second-hand car, especially in Spain, they're so expensive. So we might as well get it fixed.
Yeah. And that includes everything, not just repairing the engine, there's a few other bits as well. So yeah. It'll be like a new car when we get it back.
Yes.
So anyway.
So it just means we're going to be about at least another week without our
a week or so,
car, but at least we've got this little runaround that we've been kindly loaned.
Yes.
So that's
and we've got plenty to do anyway.
And we've got plenty to do,
we
yes.
Don't need to run around.
The wall's finished, drying out lovely, if you can see behind us.
Mind the way.
But this room is an absolute state now, so we need a good clear up today. And then we've got to move the bench yet again over to the other side so that we can start on this wall, because I think this is the next.
Yes, we've been discussing what we're going to do with it. We're going to keep the bench sort of as it is, but beef it up and put some big chunky legs on it, make some
nice
chunky
new worktop
doors for it.
Yeah.
Nice worktop on it. We're going to put a shelf up the top there for our olives and preserves and things, and maybe. And then we're going to put a limecrete base down under where it is, which will minimise the amount of stone we need to put down on the floor.
It's not going to be seen because it's underneath the cupboard.
We've got to find all the stone, we've got to lug it back, and then we've got to lay it. So the smaller area we can do, the better. So yes, let's get rid of some
Operation Clean-up
stuff.
So just get rid of everything first of all that we don't need at the moment. Like this. We're going to need Henry, so I'll leave him somewhere handy, over here maybe. Now, all these stones we're going to need, so there's no point moving them to put them back, but we need that floor area clear, so I'm just going to stack them so that we can put the bench over the top of the stones. I think that's the best idea. Just make them a bit neater.
So shifting rubble again. We want to make this floor over here about the same height as this. But we need to dig a bit of it out. It seems to expand all the rubble. The more you move it about, the more it expands. Okay. You alright?
Yeah.
You come down this way. Just spin it right round.
Down a sec. Just change the grip. Okay.
Lovely.
Oh.
I'm going to swap ends. I'll get that one. Oh, you're on the rug stuff last
Yeah. Hang on.
It needs a good lift.
Oh dear. Okay, that's better. Okay, when you get round.
See. I bet we're going to be in this hole where it's...
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just stone. Let me just move the extension lead a little bit. Right.
Right, we'll have a fiddle about it, get it level, get it secure. it's all clean, we're going to try a bit of an experiment. We discovered by accident what happened when we sprayed the cave over there with the lime mortar. We actually washed the mixer out and literally poured it onto the floor as a very, very liquidy thing on the front of the house there, and it's actually set pretty solid. It is breaking up because we drive the car over it and stuff, but very, very slowly. It's a lot tougher than we thought, and that was a really watery mix that we sloshed the mixer out with. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour a less watery mix, mix a less watery mix, and we're just going to try pouring it over these stones. It's going to be the bottom shelf of the unit basically, so as long as it's flat and smooth, it's not going to take any stress. So I thought we'll give it a try and see what happens. So let's do it. So this is super sloppy. We have no idea what it's going to turn out like. But it doesn't actually matter. But, what are you doing, Alf? Helping. I'm just going to pour it on. It should suck the life out of it.
Go on, bit. Out of the way. Good boy.
Let's see. We should theoretically make limecrete this because it's been poured onto an aggregate. Theoretically. It's a bit thicker at the bottom. So far, it's all good. It's not actually soaking in as fast as I thought it might. But it's going at the edges now. Don't come on there, Ralph. We're going to have to throw you out, aren't we?
Yes.
We'll just leave that a little bit now and see what it does.
Good boy.
Right, we're not doing any more than this because we want to see what happens. We're learning here, we're on a steep learning curve. It does want a bit more on it, but when that's gone off, hopefully we'll be able to clear all these dusty sides out and do something with it. But like I say, it's an experiment, so we'll let that go off. It's NHL, so it should go off quite quickly. Some NHL we have left. And we don't want to see any Alfie paw prints in it, do we? No. It's a nightmare. You're going out, mate, come on. Right, okay. This has dried alright-ish, but we overlooked the fact that we're going to be putting stone down on top of here, so we need to raise this up to about the level of the stone floor is going to be. It's basically, we're going to have the bench, the main unit along there, and a smaller one here. We want a nice base for him to sit on. So what we've done, shuttered it off, and we're going to put a limecrete base down here. Basically, we've got all the stuff here. We're just going to mix it by hand in smaller quantities. It's not worth getting the mixer out for this. What we can do initially, I can't shutter it all off. I've not got enough old wood. I'm not using new wood for it because it costs a fortune. Plus, it takes an awful long time to go off. That's another reason why we want to get it done first. So we've got our electric cable laid in. That's another story coming up soon. We've found some old antique looking Bakelite type sockets we want to use. We're debating whether to change the light switches to match. We'll come to that in a bit. In the meantime, we're going to get a mix on. We're going to make some limecrete. So we're going to make a 3-to-1 limecrete mix. It's going to be 1 part sand here, 2 parts planche, which is the sand and gravel mixed, specially designed for screeding, and then so that's 3 parts, and then 1 part is going to be lime. We've got our measuring thing here. It starts off heavy. It'll get lighter as it goes down. I'm going to mix the sand and the lime first, get that well mixed, and then add the planche. There's my sand Oh, Jesse, are you helping? Right, now the lime. Man, really could have swept all this up yesterday and now I'm making a mess on it again. I'm going to get this mixed together first. I'm hoping the drill will mix it with the gravel in as well. Hoping that'll get this mixed up. Right, next. This is the section of our plank shape. Here it goes. Right, let's see if we can mix it all up. Alright, no problem. So we made sure we've got it absolutely, totally, thoroughly mixed, dry, and then we're going to start adding water. We want quite a dry mix for this, apparently. It's not something we're used to doing. So, get the water mixed in. Well, I've got what looks like a fairly decent mix. I've done concrete floors before, but not lime, but we'll see. I think we're going to regret not using the mixer as well, because this is going to take quite a lot of mixes. So I might have a plan B there. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get this on the floor. Come on. There we go. The first lump. Where's the trowel? Right, we've got one bit nearly done. It's going to take a while. We're going to have a little rethink. I think we're going to get the mixer out. We'll be here all week.
There we go, second lot's down. It's not bad to say Andy absolutely hates doing anything wet trade-wise. Concreting, plastering. So yeah, just got to wait for that to go off now, obviously, before we can move that form and do the last bit. But it's looking good.
So one of the reasons we've stopped where we have as well is because we need to sort that wire out over there for the light. That needs a bit more channeling into the wall. We need to get these filled in. Ready, and Sharon's going to point up around that lintel, sort the edges of that out, so at least we can still walk in here and get to these things without disturbing our new floor, but at least that's all off and set in now, because I say it'll take a few days, I'm sure, before it's hard. Right, okay, so we worked out where we were going to put this shelf before we moved the cabinet out of the way. It's just going to be just above that light switch there, and the idea is then we're going to run the wire for the light through the shelf and put our light for the worktop underneath it. We're both different heights. I'm a lot taller than Sharon, so, and with that we're restricted by our ceilings anyway, so we're just going to mark it, and I'm going to channel the rest of this out before we start filling those things in. And we think we said about we go for the underneath of it and then get it level, because we want our shelf to be level. That's it. That's it again. And go for it. There. Excellent. Now we can get it chopped out. So we've got our mark on the wall. We thought we'd made all the mess in here. I was going to use the air hammer to do this, but I put it all away. So I'm just going to use the intermediate thing. Sounds there with the mix. I'll just turn the lighting power off. I'm going to take these off, pin these cables back into the wall. We're going to be chucking water at it, so that's why I've turned the power off. We don't want them getting wet. Electricity and water don't go well together. Well, it doesn't matter if they get wet whilst they're off, and we can dry them out before we turn it back on. So we'll get this sorted.
Yeah, so whilst Andy's doing that, this is a job that's been left a long time, tidying up round this old lintel. Just put some mortar in it really. I'm not too fussed about stones, but if it, we'll see if it needs it, I'll put a few small stones in, and under here as well, which Andy did when we did the other room, the utility room, the old corral. And he ran out of mortar just there, and we just keep forgetting to do it. So yeah, I'm going to crack on, get that finished.
So obviously when we fill these in, we don't want them to look like tiles in the walls. The walls have all got bits patched up on them anyway. I think in the first instance I'm just going to get some mortar in to hold the wire back, and then, oops.
I didn't want that to happen.
Probably just off camera, I can't tell. So yeah, I'm going to pinch some of Sharon's mix now and just get them loosely filled in, and yeah, take it from there. Yeah, so if you put the mortar in too thick, it'll shrink and fall out. So we're just going to do a little bit at a time. Make sure it sticks well. Cool. It's dry already, this. It doesn't take long.
So far so good. We've got all 4 channels filled in. We've got to let that go off again before we can put a bit more and make it nice and smooth so that you don't even know it was there. And I've just done that bit above the door. I did end up putting a few stones in the end just to make it look pretty. All this has got to be done, but we've run out of mix, and you know what? It's time for a nice cold beer.
Well, this is all dried out now the well this morning. Today I've tried to get it so you can see the whole of the wall. I'm gonna make a mix. I'm gonna try and I'm not doing anything with that part of the wall there because it's solid. You're not even going to see it, so there's no point. It doesn't need to be that aesthetically pleasing because you ain't going to see it. The corner where you might be able to see is done. I'm just going to fill the holes in, keep any wildlife out of there. I'm going to try and blend these channels in that we've semi-filled yesterday, and I need to start to work on that corner, building that up as well. Sharon's going to do, we've got quite a lot of lintels in here over the door above your head, believe it or not, and this one over here that Sharon pointed up yesterday. I'm going to clean them off and get those oiled, and then we can get the rest of our floor down, our limecrete slab down. So I'm going to vacuum it all off first, get it all ready, and yeah, crack on.
Got my wire brush, and I'm going to clean off these beams this morning, these lintels, and get them oiled. Now that the pointing's dried out nicely. It's not a very nice job though, having to stand underneath it. You get covered, hence I got my safety glasses on. But, dusty. And now for the oil. It's very fiddly because I've got These like, oh, it's plaited grass really, very, very strong. I'm going to try and get behind it.
Right, okay, I'm going to start on this one, wet it down. There's quite a few holes in the wall from nails and things that have been in it, so I'm going to do this bit first and then start at that end and just touching all the bits ready for lime washing basically. Where's my scraper? I'm just going to knock it in with the scraper. The wall's full of lumps and bumps everywhere. I don't know if you can make it out on that. We quite like that. It's sort of rustic, so we want our lumps and bumps to be similar to their lumps and bumps. Basically, I'm just going to fill it up and then we'll sponge it off after, and hopefully that should do it. What we don't want is a line, an obvious line that it's got a wire behind it. So I'll crack on with this.
So there we go, looks better, doesn't it? That's the entrance into the corral from the old kitchen. I'll take you through here, and that's the other side that we never got round to doing when we finished the corral. So yeah, happy days, looks much better.
Right, on there in, it's a full mix up. I managed to get 2 little stones in the bottom of the wall here. But we've gone full rustic, so there's that many lumps and bumps all over it that you can't tell. When it's all whitewashed, hopefully our lumps and bumps will match in with the existing lumps and bumps. Well, that's the plan anyway. So I'm going to get another mixer now and get started on this wall now. Sharon's out of the way there.
On to the next doorway now. 3 this time to clean up and oil. I'm absolutely filthy, covered in dust. But, gotta be done.
Over in the stone department. Let's see if I can get a bit of this wall built up. I don't know if you can see those, it's a bit dark, but these are the red ones I was talking about a few weeks ago. They should look really nice. So, let's see what we can get in here. I'll wet it all down for the second time today. Again, I'm just going to pop the stones in. We'll point it up later. Another one in. And carry on. Look at that. Wow is all I can say. That looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful. I hope you can make it out. So the light's not great. It'll be a lot brighter in here when we get it all lime washed. But yeah, that's looking grand. How many more now? Just the last one?
This is the last one. In fact, I think finished.
Although the light's better from this side, the space isn't. But yeah, there we go, all done. Fab, you can see underneath as well. Try and show you. Still got the walls to do, like, but it's looking pretty good. And these things appear to need oiling as well. The joist was still taped up. We took the tape off one of them there to make sure it wasn't going to leave any residue, and that's good. But yeah, happy days. And it's coming along. I'm actually managing to point it as I go. Takes twice as long, of course, but I'd have to come back and point it afterwards. Alfie's been supervising me. He's a good dog. Cool. So I'm out of mix again, so I'm going to get another on and keep going up. And I've just realised round the corner I've got a big hole here as well. I've just got the stone from that side. Get him in there. Get him set in as well now while I'm at it. But I need to vacuum it all again because I haven't done this bit. Then I can blend these in and then carry on up the front. And you probably noticed this on here where the lime washers come off. The cats jump up onto the top here and they use the claws to attack it, so I don't know what we're going to do. It's easily fixed, but yeah, it's not what we need at all. They're a pain in the arse. So get another mix done. I've got a few bigger stones in here. I've not been able to point it up because there's too many small ones and the gaps are too small. As I said before, I like to use a slightly softer mix for putting stones in. A proper sticky one makes them stick and sucks them in, and then pointing a slightly drier one. And the first mix was alright, and the nature of the stones was alright, but these are quite small, some of the pinning stones. But you can see these nice red ones here. Can you make them out? Beautiful. I'm pointing these out before. There's 3 there in a row. Red sandstone. So they should look pretty good. I'm trying to keep them as uncovered as possible. Excellent. Happy days. Loads done today. But still loads more to do. Just a quick update. You can see how that wall's drying now. It's not far off dry. Absolutely fantastic. The hood's looking good, the canopy, whatever you call it. Our limecrete slab there is drying nicely. It's all coming together slowly, it just takes forever. But I'm not doing any more today, not enough. It's been a long day. The days just fly by.
I think we've achieved what we set out to do though.
Yeah, I wanted to get that wall done actually, but I failed on that. But generally, we're making progress.
We've done alright.
So,
little by little.
So that's us. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks again to all our patrons. Big thanks to everyone that's bought us a beer. That's always appreciated. And well, we'll see you on the next one.